Iran claims it has won against the US and Israel and is now gearing up for the next war with new eyes in the sky. Iran is set to place the Pars-2 satellite into orbit soon, fueling speculation over whether Mujtaba is building a new surveillance edge from space. Tehran looks ready to keep closer watch on US and Israeli bases after pushing ahead with a new imaging satellite program. Iran is moving ahead with its new Pars-2 imaging satellite after projecting confidence and touting proof of wartime success. Iran's ICT minister says the Pars-2 imaging satellite will soon be placed into orbit. Pars-2 weighs 150 kilograms and is an upgraded version of the Pars-1 remote sensing satellite. Iranian authorities say the satellite was developed on a 100 to 150 kilogram platform. Iranian Space Research Center developed the Pars-2 satellite, according to official reporting cited by Iran International. Pars-2 is equipped with 2 imaging payloads using different sensors, according to officials. One payload uses a linear color sensor with a resolution of 3 meters, officials say. The second sensor offers 4-meter monochrome and 8-meter multispectral imaging, according to officials. Officials say software processing could improve the satellite's effective resolution to better than 2.5 meters. The announcement comes as Western governments continue to voice concern about Iran's space program. Satellite launch vehicle technology could overlap with long-range ballistic missile requirements. Iran also reportedly used a Chinese spy satellite to track US targets during the war, raising new fears over Beijing's shadow role in the conflict. On June 18th, the IRGC released new satellite images of US bases hit during the Iran war, turning battlefield damage into a post-ceasefire propaganda display. Iranian outlets link the imagery to Operation True Promise 4, their name for a wave of retaliatory strikes they say answered earlier US and Israeli attacks. Newly released maps highlight US bases and Israeli sites that Iran claims were struck in coordinated waves of missiles and drones, underscoring the breadth of its target list. Iranian strikes were directed at US military facilities across West Asia as well as at Israeli positions, signaling that Tehran was willing to hit multiple fronts at once. Tehran claims these attacks proved its missiles and drones can reach heavily fortified American and Israeli hubs, not just exposed outposts on the edge of the map. Iran also says the operation was designed to hit energy and logistics networks across the Gulf, aiming at the fuel and supply lines that keep US forces moving. According to Iranian accounts, refineries and LNG facilities in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Qatar were forced into temporary shutdowns, showing how quickly regional energy can be disrupted. Iranian media say that on March 1st, a strike hit a US tactical operations center inside Kuwait, putting one of Washington's forward command posts directly in the crosshairs. Reports from Tehran claim a low-cost drone slipped past defenses, destroyed key parts of the facility and caused casualties among US personnel on the ground. The IRGC presents that incident as proof that expensive American air defenses can be penetrated by cheap systems, reinforcing its message about asymmetric warfare. In Bahrain, Iranian missiles and drones are said to have damaged buildings near US Navy Fifth Fleet facilities, bringing the fight dangerously close to a core maritime command. These attacks, if accurate, suggest Iran can hold deeply entrenched maritime command hubs at risk, not just commercial shipping lanes and isolated piers. The IRGC also says a major strike on March 27 hit Prince Sultan Air Base deep inside Saudi Arabia, a site long used as a key US air hub. Iranian briefings claim 6 ballistic missiles and 29 drones, including Shahid-type models, were launched in that single attack, overwhelming the local defenses. Tehran further claims a US E-3 Sentry surveillance jet was destroyed on the ground during the Prince Sultan strike, knocking out a prized airborne radar asset. Iranian sources add that several KC-135 refueling tankers were damaged or destroyed and that up to 15 US troops were wounded, though Washington has not confirmed those numbers. By releasing these new satellite images now, Iran is sending a blunt message that US bases remain vulnerable in any future escalation, even as a ceasefire and diplomacy take center stage. The Pentagon reportedly told lawmakers it needs roughly $80 billion to cover costs linked to the Iran war as well as other military expenses, according to a Wall Street Journal report. Deputy Defense Secretary Stephen Feinberg is said to have discussed the funding requirement during a series of calls with members of Congress. The Pentagon reportedly warned that several military services could face budget shortfalls as early as this summer without additional funding. According to the Wall Street Journal, a new wartime spending request could be submitted to Congress within the coming days. A Pentagon official told Reuters in April that the conflict with Iran had already cost the United States about $25 billion at that stage. The overall financial burden of the war has remained a subject of intense debate and disagreement on Capitol Hill, Reuters previously reported. An earlier proposal seeking around $200 billion in war-related funding reportedly encountered significant resistance from lawmakers. White House Budget Director Russell Vought said in April that the administration still did not have a final estimate for the total cost of the conflict. Vought made those remarks while defending President Donald Trump's proposed $1.5 trillion military budget before lawmakers.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.